Hello, wherever and whenever you are, and whoever you are, and welcome back to QuestJunkiesUK and to Humblewood. Now, sorry about those technical difficulties there a moment. I need to also give Sirenscape a reboot now that we're properly back here. Okay, how's everyone doing? Who are you? Me? Yeah, and just, that person I said there. QuestJunkiesUK. Actually, you can find out more about who I am. If you're interested, over on our friends Quest Junkies, they're doing their series of interviews with their various cast members and guests that they've had. Patch is interviewing all the different folks there on their YouTube channel, and I believe next Monday is me. So hang on, let me get some music up in here. It feels so quiet.
You said however you are and whoever you are, so I said, who are you?
Ah, I see.
Who are you? And that's all I'm going to sing because then you won't have a channel anymore.
I hope that everyone is doing very, very well. Welcome in. If you're joining us from Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, we have a fresh new code ready to go. Jump in on that goodness and get yourself an Electrum chest of goodies for your game. If you are not joining us from there, then head on over and check it out. It's really cool stuff. That code's active for a week there. So jump in that, friends. And we are going to rejoin our friends here. Let's jump over to the full big screen. Here we go. There we go. Big pictures. Okay. So let us head on over here to the Humblewood and figure out just what is going on with these fine folks here. I just realized I need to quickly figure out who had crystals last time. I'm trying to remember.
I know I'm out.
Pretty sure I'm out.
I'm also bone dry.
Okie dokie. I believe.
So none of us.
You didn't have one, Jess?
I used it, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
So I didn't fall off the cliff.
Yes indeed. Okay.
That's so, right.
Everyone, we are without any kind of bling at all today. Just us here. No crystals at all. But we are bedecked with all sorts of storied experiences and fun things that happened. Lauren, let me just say again, a massive thank you for that little animated recap of last time. That was very, very lovely on Twitter.
I mean, that's all Kit saying lots happened, and basically that's the recap right there. But yeah, I was having fun
just
with
me yelling.
Oh man, you missed the
Let's go.
Let me give a little more of a detailed recap here. Last time, we began our session in the Avium, the School of Wizardry here in the Humblewood, as Astuto was teleported back to their mentor's floating terrarium, and they discovered many things and had many interesting talks about the nature of sparks, these strange possessed beings that the scorched grove and the fiery danger that lurks within the elemental forces of fire there seem to be able to take over various humble folk and bird folk and set them to causing fires and wildfires around the outskirts of the scorched grove. Our players, our adventurers, discussing things last time, realized that this was probably to extend the boundaries of the scorched grove, that whatever monster it was that they beheld last time and managed to escape from could move beyond its current limitations. Now, teleporting back and joining the others at the Scorched Grove, Astuto was flung into the thick of things as they were fleeing for their lives from the gigantic fiery elemental creature that was chasing after them. They scampered into the forest and were able to escape from that danger, despite the large boulders of magma and rock being flung behind them. And as they skittered off through the trees, they were able to stop and catch their breath. But it was then that the Mapak Knight Cleric of Hath, Thistlesnoot, flames gleaming in their eyes, turned and creating a spiritual weapon of fire, revealed that they had indeed been infected with whatever it is that changes creatures into sparks. Astuto discovering that with their detect magic ability. Thessalute, I'm afraid your friends had to knock you out and subdue the fiery menace that was our little Mapak adventurer there. But they were able to do so. And
sorry, not sorry.
And as you sat in the forest, discussing everything you'd learned, everything you had seen, you realized several things about the nature of how sparks are created, and that this interesting cult that has jumped up and developed recently, the cult of rejuvenation, believing rather fanatically in the rejuvenation that comes after the forest fires, wishing to spread the scorched grove, that all of Humblewood might be rejuvenated and cleansed in the flames of the scorched grove. But you, discussing amongst yourselves, realized that the cult of rejuvenation was actually sending followers into the scorched grove, and you believe that it is when there is an incident, be it a combat or some sort of incident in the scorched grove, that stirs up the ash and the embers lying dormant there, that there becomes a risk of becoming possessed by this the spark spirit that can take over. You also realized that in Astuto's friend's case, Clifford, there was an extra enchantment added on top. One that had been used to boost the powers of the naturally occurring sprite. Why do I keep saying sprite? Spark image, excuse me. And that was taking over.
Is it a sprite? Just out of curiosity.
It is not. That was my nickname for my step sibling in my first ever online character. So I think that's just lurking in the background there. And you continued on through the woods, and I would like to hand it over to you if there's anything that you would like to talk about in character with each other as you return after a couple of days to the Elder Hut, and you see the towering tree, as featured behind myself here, soaring up above the canopy, and once again behold the main city of the Humblewood.
So, how much are we going to tell them we found?
Well, it depends on who we're talking to, right? I feel like the Bird Council, we tell as much as is necessary and no more, because then they just get flustered.
Right.
The Tenders, we probably got to tell everything to.
Oh, well, yeah, I that's a given. I can't hold anything back. I'll be punished again.
And then your folks, I'd leave that up to you.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. Oh, we do have a new friend to introduce to Mom, though. Looks over at Kit.
You'll enjoy the hug, and it'll be a nice distraction.
I'm your friend.
Shit.
We're friends.
Not too late.
You said it. No take backs.
Anyway.
Yep.
Anyway.
Probably a development not least spurred on by the fact that all that talk of the sparks and the nature of the sparks led Maruk to realize that their parents had been that and had probably instigated the destruction of his village at the edge of the Scorched Grove. And there was a consoling of our big raptor friend here that was brought everyone a bit closer together, I think.
Yeah.
Or led Maruk to accidentally say the inside thoughts on the outside.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's my inside voice. So
I've exploded so many things. By accident.
No.
So you can, and my mom still loves me, so you can still love your parents.
Yeah, it's not like they were in control of their actions. We don't blame Thistle Snoot for trying to kill us, or we don't blame Clifford for trying to blow up the town.
There's all true.
Sometimes things just happen.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Good morning.
So should we? Good morning to you too. I guess what do we want to hit the tenders first? Do we want to hit the council? Do we want to go visit my parents first? No, let's go do the tenders of the council first.
Yeah, I'd rather talk to the tenders and the council, to be honest with you. Shouldn't we bring up the the issue with the guy, your guy, except he wasn't your guy, he was actually like not a cool guy at all.
So Beerson, yeah, need to bring up grief.
Where's the tall man? The tall on fire man?
Hopefully he went back home.
The student just turns around to look because the mountain was so big.
I know, like.
That is the last thing I remember is the tall on fire man.
Let's go.
Oh yeah, the tall. But we gave him the slip.
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah, you remember. You think there are those observatories up in the canopy level? You can probably still see decent ways across the woods to the west from there.
We should also maybe find what's her name, the really cool badass not bandit coalition lady.
Benna.
But I think Tenders and then the Bird Council and then family. I think that's a good order to things. And definitely, Tenders can actually probably help with the Bird Council. And if none of them still see reason, we can all take them to one of those perches where they can look over the entire wood and just point out the giant mountain of fire.
I don't think they'd see it.
I don't know how you couldn't see it. It's huge.
Look at what they do already. Head, sand, ostrich. Come on.
Well,
it is hard to keep your head in the sand when someone's holding you by your paws and says, "Long live the spark resistance," and throws you off of a cliff. Now, I'm not suggesting we do that, but I do say that happened to me.
Sounds effective.
And I will remember that forever.
Yeah. Yep. No. Let's go. Yeah.
That can be plan B if talking doesn't work.
Gotcha. Long live the king. Embers.
There was that cult. That was the same thing.
Cult of rejuvenation. Yes.
Yeah.
We should look into that too. That seems important.
Yeah, absolutely.
If they're the ones who are putting the extra enchantment on top of the already.
So
tenders.
Mom or dad or council and then
council, then cult, then mom and dad. Or wait, maybe mom and dad and then cult, because what if we die and then you never see your parents again?
Let's do tenders first and then we'll go from there.
We'll figure it out. Yeah.
All right.
Maybe the tenders can come with us and either help us investigate the cult or help us bring snacks and a banquet for your parents, because I wouldn't want to go to them empty-handed again.
Or both.
Both is good.
Thistle Snoot, you think that actually your contacts through the Temple of Hath here would be the best place to inquire about the cult, just because of its religious nature?
Oh, I thought there wasn't a Temple of Hath here. There was the Temple of Titan or whatever.
You went to a temple. There wasn't a temple in the canopy.
Oh, but there would be blood. Okay,
yeah, they're very uppity up there,
But yeah, if you were looking for folks of your shared faith, perhaps down in the roots.
Awesome.
Particularly, last time we were so dashed and kind of rushing through. You didn't talk to get the chance to talk very much, but in Root Braid, where where our hedge elder woman was. That would be a good spot, you would imagine, especially with the influx of refugees from other parts of the wood.
Fabulous. I have had a vision from half, but I should go to her temple and seek out other faithful, because they will probably have something to say about this rejuvenation.
All right, we'll add it to the list.
All right. Astuto,
first-
I'm going to assume you're writing this down.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, good, because I'm not going to remember all of this.
Mm-hmm. And then when you say that, you do notice that there's like a little mage hand on the side with a notepad.
Nice. Okay. So
Maple, take a note.
Maple, jot this down.
arriving back and passing through the vast gates of the Elderheart once more, you again take to those vast sweeping trunk roads up through the interior of the hollow trunk, and again you are washed up in the just the hustle and bustle of all of these humble folk and bird folk coming and going. You do notice a great deal of perch guard around the place, and also you just listening to folks as you're making your way through. You're still with what was our Jovian friend called? Aria, as well. She's wanting to get to the Tender's headquarters as quickly as possible, and you make your way up through into the trunk market, which is that trunk level is where both the Inventors Guild, sorry, I'm going to go with the short name, it's just good for time's sake, and the Tender's headquarters are both situated there. And you make your way through. As you are making your way through the trunk section there and skirting around the edges of the vast trunk market where all the adventuring gear and daily supplies are being haggled for and sold back and forth, there is a kind of thrumming sound, and a familiar looking beetle swoops overhead.
Maple duck.
Where's its master?
Astuto, I think Maple pushes off your head. You just feel this lightest of floofs as it pushes off. And you see that the beetle and Maple, your moth familiar, are kind of spiraling around each other, as if there's some sort of recognition there. If not for Maple themselves, but for the connection to you.
Okay, I guess they're friends.
Friends?
I mean,
It's your moth. I no idea what's going on.
Maple, you okay? This is like friendship stuff and not anything more, right?
They're buzzing around there, and you hear a familiar voice. It's like, it has a name. Then I shan't try and eat it. And you turn, and hobbling along with a staff, you see Susan of the Swamp.
If knowing a creature's name is the only way that you don't eat it, but you have a creature that can't actually respond to you, that's a very bad way of figuring out whether you can eat something.
I think it's ingenious.
I think it works.
Maple, why don't you come over here again?
Should you be out and about? Aren't you a wanted fugitive right now?
No. You cleared all that up for me. Remember?
No.
Yes.
You did the favor for the person in the town, and now I was free to go.
Oh.
I was don't know, feeling the heat, shall we say? The swamp is a little uncomfortably close to the scorched grove. So.
Okay, you were being literal, not metaphorical.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that heat was replaced by another heat. The criminal heat was replaced by actual physical elemental fire.
Yeah, there's been a lot of that.
Not a fan.
Yeah, I'm not either.
And she gestures with her staff, and you see this fascinating kind of arched construction of branches with kind of fabric stretched over it and all sorts of trinkets and like dream catcher like things like hanging off and dangling and like chiming slightly as the air currents come down through the trunk market. She's like, I've set up shop here, so the offer stands if you need anything, or if you want to bring some reagents that we can mix together for you. And I have my own that I can sell.
Thistle Snape's eyes just get real big.
Wait. Well, we probably have time for like a quick pit stop if you want.
Oh yeah, no, it'd be rude to leave. Yep, we should peruse, look at it.
Pseudo is gonna give Maruk a curious look, but not engage with that.
Yeah, that's confusing, Maruk.
Reagents are good, and maybe some cooking spices.
Just two, geniuses in their fields.
Yep.
Swapping notes.
I have some fun bits and bobs that you can only get in the swamps.
I like bits and bobs.
Newt's toes.
I don't know what that is. Oh, newt toes.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. Gives that little kick in the back of the taste and a little crunch as well.
I don't know if I've ever tried it.
Well, and whatever you fancy, I can sell to you, and you swing on by any time. You're coming now.
Why not?
Oh, and she turns and starts hobbling over.
We're going, right? I just kind of made that decision for us, but to be honest, it's literally right there, and I kind of want to go.
Oh, Maruk doesn't even say anything. He just follows her.
Sick.
So I'm trying to remind myself of our bug friend's name here. It was like.
And this bug works for like a witch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
a magic user.
No, she's a witch. A hedge witch.
A hedge witch.
There you go.
Yes. Get it? Yep.
We have hedge witches and chicken tenders. Yep.
Yep. It's chicken tender.
I did not write down the bug's name either. Or I did, but it's written down as Susan's bug.
It's something like normal or something like that.
Frederick?
A normal bug.
Mm-hmm. Just a normal, accurate. Don't pay attention to me.
Don't pay attention.
Just buzzing around.
I wonder if I wrote it down. Let me see.
Searching.
And while you're doing that, Maruk is also searching for spices.
Do you spice? Okay.
For cooking spice,
yes.
not
Yes, I spice.
Magic spice.
No, I spice.
You spice? Do you spice?
Spice?
You got spice?
Do you see? Are you caught up with the cartoon?
Mm-hmm. The Legend of Vox Machina.
Oh yeah.
Mr. Mercer had fun doing that spice bender.
Oh God, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I have written so many names down, and not a single one of them was that bug's.
Yeah.
That's all good.
Wasn't important.
I mean, it sounds like DM that whatever you name the bug right in this moment becomes the bug's name. So.
I mean, yeah, that sounds about it.
True. Okay. Gangle.
And I'll write it down too.
Gangle the beetle.
Gangle.
As in gangly, but as an adjective.
Done. Written. Official.
Okay. So yeah, you head on over there and you see all sorts of dried, plants and creatures and insects and little, carapaces all crushed up and like a little, big glass jar of ant legs and all sorts of different bits and bobs through here.
Sweet. I'm looking specifically for.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna say spicy bugs. It's just a way good to put it, like fire beetles and things like that.
Okay.
Spicy bugs.
Spicy bugs.
So what is that? What is that in the background?
It's just
It's a harker.
I put it in there as a vendor. Yeah. If it's distracting, I can turn it off.
Got it.
I honestly thought it was like, bring out your dead.
still happy. Okay, so let's have a look here. Okay. I'm trying to find her list of goodies. But Maruk, I mean, absolutely, you can definitely find different spices and little bits and bobs that would be of great interest to your folks and their pastries and things.
Gotcha. So that's where I'm going to be perusing while the rest of them do their things.
Noted.
So, I have something I've had since our pre-session, our session 0, that is a tuft of Astuto's fur. And because I recently lost Astuto when Astuto was bamfed away, this Snoot would like to ask this witch how witches use like fur and fingernails to find someone, because if Astuto was bamfed away again, I would like to be able to find him.
Okay.
As you ask this, over on the side, Astuto's like, perusing over spell components and trying to think if there's anything that he needs. And you just watch as one of his big giant ears slowly turns to listen. Like, what's going on with my fur over there?
Because I have this tuft, and I could get tufts of all my friends, but like, I want to know how to find them if they go missing.
Understood. Oh yes, a great many folks are searching for others, and if you have something as physical as this that can link to them, then it is a trivial matter. Mm-hmm.
Well, he's also right there, so I know where he is now, but I just want to know how to do it in the future.
I see. Well, if you leave it with me, I might be able to conjure up some sort of potion that will give you an innate sense of the direction of your friend.
I need to insight check, Susan.
I'm also insight checking.
I believe that she's telling the truth about what she can do, but I'm trying to read into, is she just gonna hold on to a little bit of my fur for herself?
Yes.
I just want to know if she's a hag. That is just my question.
18.
Okay.
Oh, 21.
Nice.
Okay.
That is the best insight check I will ever roll.
Well, Thistlesnoot's just like, wow, she's so helpful.
It's like Narrow's eyes. I've seen this before.
You think that, if requested to do certain things, she would be more than happy to do those, Kit. But Astuto, in this case, you are pretty sure that she's so thankful for what happened back in Winnowing Reach that you are safe from the machinations of this particular swamp dweller.
Okay.
So yes, but not right now.
Exactly.
Basically, just, is she using all of the fur to do the thing, or what? Do I think she might have been keeping fur on the side? And if I'm pretty sure she's not going to keep fur on the side, then I'll be okay with that.
Sounds like you're getting a one-time pass.
Yeah, that's pretty much like you're on thin ice, man.
This is one of those moments where previous characters who have had that go wrong are yelling at me in the back of my head, and I'm like, shh. You're not playing right now.
She definitely, with a little paw, like scoops aside like a basket that has various Vulpin, hedge, bird folk figurines made of swamp reeds that could have pins put in them.
No, right?
No herring guns.
Could you? I'm pretty handy. Could you just show me how to do what you do? I could pay more.
She does teach you the reagents that you would need to do that, to make one of those.
Oh, beautiful. Because then we don't have to leave your fur with her. And then I could do it for all of you.
I'd appreciate that. Mostly the not leaving the fur.
Yeah. Must I donate my fur to the cause? I'll have to think about it. That's creepy.
I mean, you don't have to right now. I'm just going to say I now have an Astuto finder.
I mean, is this going to include you? Are we going to get something to find you if you decide to go somewhere else?
Yeah, what if you get infected again?
I will
I can
bump her.
absolutely do that. Yeah,
I
first
still
off,
don't know
I'll
if
make
it
one
can
of
get
for me.
reinfected.
So is this like a little doll? Or like a ball?
Oh,
What
that's
is
creepy.
this?
Oh, that's
Horrifying.
creepy.
Horrifying. Horrifying. Horrifying.
Like a glowy ball, like a flask full of like a pseudo essence. What do I have?
She tells you it will create a potion, and if you take that potion, you'll be innately aware of how, which direction and how far your friend is. If you're willing to find some rarer ingredients, then it could actually allow you to scry on them as well.
How much rarer than my own fur can you get? Like,
Well, that just focuses the potion on the
You
particular
have a ton
individual.
of your own fur. Doesn't seem that rare to me.
What about Rock's teeth, maybe? I don't know.
That's.
So,
I never want to meet a rock, please. Thank you.
So yes, the ingredients are the fur or feather or scale or whisker of the desired creature, and some slime residue,
Handy, I've got that.
and a forest slug.
Alright.
And you get the feeling that these ingredients are slightly indicative of the slightly clingy nature of this spell.
Yeah.
Lingy. Now.
I guess I will ask and look, even though I don't know if Astuda's got the cash for it. Does she have any potions of healing? Because I got the real nice one from my friends, but you know what? More is never a bad thing.
That's smart. I would
Always
also
use
like some.
more.
Okay.
I will have looked for like anything that could do, like potions of fire resistance, I suppose.
Oh, that's also smart.
She has. Where are they? There we go. She has potions of healing, greater, animal friendship, feather fall, resistance, oil of stickiness, and a potion of slipperiness.
How much are her healing and the fire resistance?
The regular healing is 50. And the resistance... Hang on. Let's remember. Where is my...
How much money do we have again?
Listen,
I have
Also,
12 gold.
I'm slightly nervous about the shopping happening before the council meeting because a bunch of the gold you have was recovered from the camp.
That's fine. We can peruse and go. We don't have enough money. We'll
Well,
come
I was
back.
gonna
later.
say, I don't think we kept any of the gold from the camp. The only thing we kept were the magic items and left everything back there.
Yeah, as far as I know, that's all we did. Is we kept a couple of the magic items of some of the main folk, but otherwise, anything that would have been stolen, that would have definitely gone back with the perch guard.
I will be honest with you. It says that I have gold in my inventory. Kit would not have held on to that.
Oh yeah, didn't you
That's
give
true,
it all
you
to
don't
a
even-
pseudo?
Probably. You have 16 more gold.
It's still, I appreciate that. Still doesn't get us enough, but I
know.
I kind of knew when I asked that there was not
Yeah.
a good chance that we were going to be able to afford it, but who
She
knows?
should give us a discount. We saved her.
This might be with the discount.
How about we go do other things and possibly gather funds so we may stock
That's
up
fair.
on things.
Yeah, so healing is 50, greater healing is 200.
Woo! I have a question.
Mm.
For once we have left the shop, I have an alchemist kit that I am proficient in. Could I possibly make? I also have a healer's kit. which I know is just for stabilizing people.
Mm-hmm.
But could I make any healing potions? Or could I make any poisons or acid vials to throw at things? Or I know alchemist fire is a thing. Could I make alchemist water, something that puts out magical fire?
Interesting. You can make versions of those kind of. I think for you it would be like acids and alchemist fire, thistle snoot. Murk with his herbalism kit is the actual one who can make healing potions.
Got it. Okay.
And you can make those for half price, Murk, and you can buy the ingredients from Susan.
Hence why I was perusing, and that was my whole thing, is like cooking stuff and then herbs and then let them do their thing.
Yeah.
So now we shall leave and come back later.
But the time is the problem.
Gotcha.
A regular healing potion takes a day and costs 25 gold of ingredients. The greater is 100 gold pieces, but takes a week to create.
Either way, we're not getting it here and now.
Yeah.
But good to know. Good to know.
The potion of resistance, by the way, is 300.
I have resistance as a cantrip.
I have, as one of my spells, absorb elements.
I don't.
Nice. Above
Something else we should teach all, yeah.
Above table, some of that gold that was rescued from the camp will be coming back your way.
Well, if they want to give it back to us as like a reward, that I will certainly take. But no, I don't think, at the very least, Astuto wouldn't have outright stolen anything that was obviously already stolen from the place. But like, the stuff we took off of the bandits, that's free game.
Absolutely.
Free real estate.
I say that, and I don't think I have anything from the bandits, actually.
Because you're badass enough after all.
No, I think I got bamfed away.
Oh yeah, that's also true.
But
we wanted to save something for you, and you said not to.
No, the stuff that.
Yeah.
None of the stuff would have. I can't do the armor, and it's fine. It's fine. All right, tenders.
Tenders.
Okay.
Tenders.
So you make your way across the trunk section here, the trunk level, to where you know the headquarters of the tenders to be, and you see that their headquarters is almost completely hidden behind a large fungal grove in front of the main headquarters there, which is being tended by members of the organization. A couple of gerbines of which you recognize. The gerbine thieves from the roots level have, as you suggested, come up and started working with the tenders. And you see quite a few members of the organization in front of the headquarters, talking to people passing by and handing out pamphlets and leaflets about something. And when you approach, Muruk, you're recognized. You have some sort of insignia or something, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like how to put it. It's kind of like where usually a totem hangs most of the time. There's usually like on the necklace or the rope or whatever you braid it with. There's usually like kind of like a tender's kind of like symbol. It's not very obvious to most people unless you are in it.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you are recognized as you approach Muruk, and nodded, and they kind of gesture for you to pass through. But you can see, and listening to them as they're talking to folks outside the entranceway, you can see that they're just desperately trying to recruit people. And with everything that's been going on, there are people coming to be recruited.
I misunderstood. I heard leaflets, and I was immediately thinking, wow, the cult is recruiting people right outside the tenders. That's moxie. That's chutzpah. Do I need to activate? Well. Yeah.
No, for themselves.
Okay, good.
So you pass through those large towering mushrooms and the smaller ones being cultivated around them. Thistlesnoot, some of the Jorbine bandits recognize you and they like wave over. One of them just like points at Maruk and says, "Dinosaur!"
Maruk waves back in his like dinosaur hand.
Just little mini.
Basically,
mini
it's the cantrip, the savage attack kind of thing, except it's just not attacking, just hi.
Wild accessory.
Yep.
And you pass through into the magically shaped and sculpted rooms and offices of the tenders inside. You know, there's a large kind of bunkhouse for people passing through, and then just meeting rooms, and it's not very organized. You know, everyone's much more used to being out in the field and in the forest, but you pass inside and are welcomed by a Strig tender at the front. Good day, you're welcome. Have you traveled far?
Yes, we've traveled a great deal. I'm looking for the head tender. We have news.
Vance Snowcrest. He's in his office.
We need speak, if at earliest possibility.
You're welcome, please. And just gestures through, and you can see where there's like a, you know, fitted wooden door in the behind the main kind of desk there.
Well, that was quick. Usually, so Beerson makes me wait out here for hours and hours when I get in.
Kit kind of turns in there. They're like, "There's no line."
Oh, we don't do lines.
You're so much better.
And you go forward and, you know, knock briefly on the door and then open it up. And inside there is a large kind of table-like, you know, like surface, but with a bunch of maps and everything stretched out across it. There are jars and bottles of various, you know, substances and natural reagents and specimens and things around. And there are a great deal of equipment gathered on one side, and a desk of sorts, but it doesn't look like the head tender has much use for one. But you do see this large eagle-like raptor with brown feathers and the robes of the head tender, talking with a grizzled green scarf wrapped. It's not dissimilar to your own scarf there. Vulpin, who, Maruk, you recognize as Sobirson.
You see Maruk get like happy and actually nervous, and then trying to calm down, and then like nervous, but then kind of happy, then like confusion. Like, okay, all right, okay.
Just straight up nudges you like, "What's up, man?"
They turn, and you can see Sobirson's like happy to see you, but waiting for the head tender to, you know, say their piece first. And the raptor turns, and you know they're getting on a bit, but their golden eyes are still very bright, and they just regard all of you. One of our own and companions.
Yes, these are my traveling companions.
He nods and
Friends, actually.
sweeps a wing wide. I am Vance Snowcrest, head tender. This is one of our senior members of the organization, Sobirson. And you've all heard the name, I think.
And basically, you know, Maruk's just like, tender.
Astuda's been
Master.
like not hiding, but like standing behind Maruk in the normal position of like, oh, we're meeting new people, so I'm just gonna step around here. But you all do see at the name Sorbirson, like his eyes get a little bit bigger.
Yeah, and then skipping out from behind you, Arya. Remember, Arya's the Jorbines with you as well, and the head tender, you know, Vance, Vance says, "You return to us alone."
There's a lot you need to know.
Come in. Pull up a perch.
Perch.
Find a place to perch. Yeah, there's this kind of like rough kind of bench seats and things here. Definitely nothing. So like such stark difference to the magistrates and the bird council chambers and everything. Just down to earth. Very, very simple fare. And he looks Muruk to you and Arya. Tell us everything.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go a little out of order, but more in order of importance that you should probably know. Sorry if I ramble. Okay, so Greeth was this, pulls up the Gerbines, Greeth, we found them with this Gerbine, and they were accompanying us over into, my old hometown. And
so Pearson looks is like,
we found some.
Have you buried the hatchet?
Yeah, gonna get to that. So Greeth, no easy way to say this. Greeth is dead. Greeth fell to either corruption or turned on the tenders.
He fell from a very great height.
He basically attacked us when we were trying to explore the area. And he nearly killed one of my party members.
Vance,
as I point to Thistle Snoot.
Vance says, "What?" And Arya says, "It's true. It's true. Master Greeth was involved with some sort of cult. This cult of rejuvenation." And you see Vance and Soberson exchange a knowing look.
And so basically, after that fight happened, we dealt with this fire sandworm thing. And then we dealt with Greeth because, that thing. And then afterwards, we had to run because there was, he looks at like Astuto and everybody's like, what would you call that? What did we run from?
Big man.
Astuto's not going to answer, but he's gonna hold up his hand.
I was gonna do it, but if you want to do it, go ahead.
Oh no, go for it.
I was just gonna helpfully minor illusion a big man, and I'm just gonna be like, so like multiply this by like 20.
Oh, yeah, a mountain that looks like that, except it was moving and on fire and wanting to kill us, and that came from the Ashen Grove. Oh, also, we discovered people who go to where the ash is. There's like sparks and embers and whatnot that if people start breathing them in, they will become infected with some type of mind control or disease or curse or something. Astuto, you know more about the stuff.
It's a kind of an enchantment. And there's like 2 different layers to it, and one of them, if you get infected with like just the first layer, then basically the next opportunity you get, you want to set things on fire. And if there's like a second layer that some people get in where there's more finer control, and those people tend to be slightly more crafty and harder to break free. But those people, they basically turn and try to start fires and help this. And I'll point over to where Kit is holding up the illusion. I think they're trying to help this thing expand its territory. I don't know if this thing is in charge of it, but that's kind of my leading theory because it makes the most sense. I do know how to sense it in people. But I haven't quite figured out how to get rid of it without... And then there's like a guilty look over at Thistlestone, beating the crap out of them.
Restraining them for their own good.
Yes.
Vigorously.
Well, it seems like maybe the thing is dormant up until like it's discovered, and then it tries to kill everybody. And then after that, it kind of goes poof, and then it should be fine. Although we are not entirely sure if you can get reinfected or not if you've already been infected. Also, we think that it's trying to expand its territory because it stopped chasing us as soon as we passed the limits of the Scorched Grove. So that is our working theory right now. That
Is this what caused the vast plumes of smoke and the glow on the horizon?
Oh yeah, that was the glow.
Oh yeah, it's big. Big man.
If it's still upright, then you should be able to see it from not too high up in the tree.
Speaking of expanding its territory, let's see. It's expanded now past my old hometown. It's taken a few other towns as well. I can't remember off the top of my head what they were. What are they?
Ashborough?
Ashborough, like, you know, be like, Ashborough's gone. It was being encroached, other places were being encroached upon as we were traveling through. The swamp was starting to become infected.
It's coming this way.
There's so much fire and corruption and just it's getting close.
Discovered
like
also
it's fast.
We discovered also that this cult, I take out the pamphlet, is sending people into the Scorched Grove in order to get infected. At least we think it's in order to get infected. That's what it sounds like. So the more people that it infects, the more likely it is that they're going to spread fires, the more likely it is that that territory will continue to expand.
So it's basically recruitment for cult behavior.
To be clear, hi, this is Snoop Whiskerpaws. Nice to meet you from the McLean Alchemist Guild, and does like the business dude firm handshake.
Pleasure. Thank you for your assistance in aiding our tenders.
Oh, not a problem. But with Grief, I don't know if he was a spark. That kind of goes over my head. But he did say, "Long live the rejuvenation," before he tried to push me off of a cliff, and was very nearly successful. So I don't know if he was a spark guy, but he was definitely spark enthusiast.
Understood.
Now very dead. So.
The ash snakes we had heard rumor of. This is why we had sent Arya and Grief.
And I believe Arya should be promoted. She was a wonderful exemplar of what a tender should be. I don't know if you have promotions, but she should be paid more.
Little Jerbine squeak. It's like hides behind Maruk.
She should be given more payment and a higher rank. Because I might not be alive today if it weren't for Arya.
And Vance nods at the Jerbine. Good work, Tender. Dunstan!
Then Thistlesnake turns to Arya and gives her like a...
He calls out Dunstan, and that streak from the front comes in. Yes, Head Tender. Send word. We shall not fan these flames. No more tenders are to go into the Scorched Grove itself. Passive observation from the outskirts only. Reports on the half day. Yes, Head Tender. And disappears again.
How many of your members are magically inclined?
A decent amount. We use druidic magic.
Okay. Well, this isn't quite druidic magic, but so if any of them can detect magic, that's how I can detect that somebody's infected with a spark. There's like an enchantment there, and it's a curious thing, but it's very, I don't want to say it's noticeable, but like Yeah, if you know anybody that can cast detect magic, get them to just kind of be keeping an eye out for everybody, because when this thing is dormant, I don't know if there's any other way to tell that somebody's been infected.
Understood. We will check our own people. But with all of the refugees, it's impossible to keep track of everyone in the city.
Well, I don't think you need to look at everybody. I think right now our focus is that cult.
Yeah.
Also, we should tell the Bird Council for whatever good that's going to do.
We do have a meeting. We've been contracted outside of this, pretty much that involved this very similar circumstances of my tender duties. So after we informed you, we would talk to them.
Allow me to give you an update. That is no longer the term used.
Well, which one?
Oh.
It is no longer only the Bird Council.
Oh, that's delightful.
Well, it depends. What is it now?
It is the Humblewood Council, and several humble folk settlements have been added.
Good.
It is no longer purely the reign of bird folk.
Oh, good.
Delightful.
This is good. This is a good step forward. Maybe I don't mind talking to them again.
Maybe we will actually
what's
get
his
something
face
done.
still there? Or I heard he retired.
None of the council members, I believe.
God,
No, I
don't
think it
he's a
was
council
their person in charge of
They're
meetings.
magistrate, man.
Yeah.
Thorns, whatever.
Gregor
we did-
Thornspur.
We did
Yeah.
recently have a new magistrate sworn in, yes.
Oh, good.
Cool.
Good.
Hated that guy.
Okay,
Alright.
since it's now the Humblewood Council, does that mean it's going to be a little bit easier to get in and talk to them? Because everybody should know about this, especially how to stay out of getting infected and hopefully how to figure out if people are.
If you are on official business for the council, then you will have no problem reporting back, yes.
Okay. I guess that's our next stop then.
All right. So I think I hit all. Murk turns to the guy, party. I'm like, I think I hit all the notes. Did I forget anything?
We're friends now. You should probably say that.
So did I forget anything?
Did use the F word about Kit.
I'm just looking through. Lauren is looking through her notes to make sure that Astuto has not forgotten something. But I think you kind of nailed pretty much everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then it basically he's like, and so I think that's my full official report.
Thank you.
And then he looks at so Beerson's like, and can we talk after this meeting? Just need to, master student thing.
Of course. Vance looks at you, Muruk, and shakes your talon. You have endangered yourselves and risked grave peril to bring this information to us. Continue looking into this. And know that you have our full support for rooting out any other members of the cult within the tenders. And he reaches up, and Muruk, I think probably only Muruk is the only bird folk, but maybe Astuto by just arcane knowledge, does something which is very, very special. He walks over to that equipment rack that I mentioned and takes a kind of leather cap, leather kind of helmet thing, and plucks one of his own feathers. And closing his eyes, speaks an incantation in birdfolk, and you see an arcane ripple go over the headgear, and he gives you a, let me get the proper name here. Oh crap, where is it? Sorry. It's I think it's called a feathered helm.
You just got knighted, dude.
Yeah.
Yes, it's called a feathered helm, and because Vance has made it for you, this is the raptor version. And Maruk, it has 3 charges, and you can use a single charge to cast Hunter's Mark, or you can use 2 charges to cast Magic Weapon, and it regains D3 charges at dawn.
That's so cool.
Oh, Maruk just like cool. He just like throws back his hood, just like gingerly takes the cap, and as soon as he lets go of it, just.
As soon as I was making notes on the side from everything that he overheard this guy saying and how he did it and how he moved his claws and everything. Like, well, I can't do exactly that, but...
Maruk, because it's a magic item, as you take it, it shifts and forms, because you know how magic items resize to the bearer. Right. It shifts and forms, and a strip opens in the top that allows your crest to go through.
Yes! I don't have to have it altered.
That's awesome.
And Maruk is not even going to say thank you. He's going to like deep bow. Just.
Yes. He nods. And
Maruk, you look awesome.
I feel awesome. Thank you.
So yeah, does that pop up in the inventory manager?
Yeah, I actually just added it to my inventory.
Nice,
so.
nice. There you go. Feathered helm.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, you step out of the office, and Silverson comes with you. It looks like I owe you an apology. If this is if this is who Grief turned out to be, then perhaps, well, you know, I had to be fair in that altercation.
I understand. I don't blame you. I blame Grief. Grief decisions caught up with him. So there's nothing on your side of that. There's no ill will. But I just wanted to share a couple things with you. So since I've been traveling these my friends over here, get this. So like I turned into a giant spider with 2 heads, and I was climbing on trees and just jumping around, and I bit somebody, and I whipped somebody, and then there's this one time I turned into a dinosaur and I ran after somebody, and sorry.
I imagine Kit and I are behind, like we've elbowed each other, like friend, and then we're taking turns minor imaging what Maruk has turned into and like showing off, like, so you know, I get the dino and Kit gets the 2-headed spider.
Yep.
So
and I turned into an octopus, and then I fought this giant sandworm, and I just and it was so awesome, and yeah, okay.
Thaumaturgy, the
sorry.
rumble sound underneath.
I just hear a couple of screams from outside. So, you know, because there's a window to the fungal gardens, like just there's like a pack gardener just like falls off one of the tall mushrooms, and it just comes by the window. But But they have like a safety rope. They're like hanging in front of the window, like it's bungeeing up and down a little bit.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. They'll be fine.
And then
so Berson gets
so
like a wry smile and chuckles.
I know what I'm doing.
Chuckles a little. He's like, "Be careful with wild shaping. It is a most potent thing. All of the forms and creatures that are available to us here."
Yes, Master.
There are druids in far-off places that are not so spoilt for choice. Isn't that right, Kit?
That's, how do you know? Yes, totally, completely right. You guys have, like, the picks here, you know? Because, like, in other places, sometimes they don't even have animals, and they don't even talk, the ones that do.
He leans somewhat heavily on a gnarled cane, and he asks for permission. Kit, may I check something?
Check what?
Just
Insight check.
I just want to confirm a hunch I have.
I look at Marek first.
Oh no, it's usually fine. Just if he offers you something to drink, just make sure you check it first to make sure it's not full of ink.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if Marek says it's fine, then sure, go ahead.
He winks at you, Kit. He's like, you only have to worry about that if you sign up for the tenders and it's during the first month. It's a hazing thing.
My beak was blue for a month.
Suits you.
You got off easy. They haze like nobody's business at the carnival.
And Sobirson's staff glows, and a matching glow shimmers around you, kids. And where is it? Bear with me, because I'm just doing something dorky.
Sure.
I mean, I'm
Danger.
bored.
You're glowing.
I know. Is this permanent?
Astuto is all about figuring out what this is.
That's gonna make it hard for you to sneak around.
I wasn't gonna say that, but yeah, I mean.
Oh, I'm sure it's not permanent.
But then we wouldn't have the problem of you not having dark vision either. So, 6'1".
Everybody always reminds me about the dark vision. Jeez, you're right. I mean, like, if I wouldn't have to cast light anymore. I would just be the light.
And Maruk at this point
You're
she's still
our
like,
light.
just kind of like hands, like not like clamping on mouth, just kind of like.
Okay. Jazz, do you have a favorite color? I'm afraid my dorky research is.
Like Jazz? Does Jazz have a favorite color,
Yes.
does Kit have a favorite color?
Jazz. What are you?
Jazz.
Either way, yeah.
Well, Kit's favorite color is yellow, obviously. But my favorite color is purple or green.
Excellent. Okay. I'm gonna go with Jazz's just because it doesn't overlap with anything in my dorky little thing here. Sorry, I just went to the astral plane Dungeon Master's Guide thing because they have those portals that link to the different planes.
Oh yeah.
And there's a set color for each plane, but there isn't one for the Feywild.
That's really wild.
Because
that makes no sense.
Right, because it's not a plane of existence. It's like an overlapping thing, like an extra kind of side thing. So
it's like a dummy plane. It's like a plane.
Yeah, so unfortunately. But yellow is not in there. A slight yellow glow appears around the staff and Kit's antlers. And he chuckles to himself. As I thought.
What'd you think?
A planeswalker.
A whatter?
Oh, you have traveled further than most.
Yeah. I'm from this really cool carnival that goes to a bunch of different places, but usually they don't let me out of the carnival, except for the one time that they did, and then they left me. Anyway, I'm fine.
When you say different places, you don't mean Alderheart, Saltus Ports, Winnowing Reach, do you? No. I'll warrant you've seen some very interesting places.
Well, yeah, I guess you could say that. Been to a plane where everything is water, so that was really stressful. I've been to a plane where they're like, I don't know how to describe this to you guys. They're like hairless, like bipedal creatures that like talk, but then like the people that look like us don't talk, and then it's like really strange, and they're much smaller usually, except for when they're not, then sometimes they're bigger. And let's see what else. I've been to a place where everything was noise and really loud, and up was down and down was up, and sometimes left was right, and you couldn't really tell anything ever. But yeah, like I said, they don't usually let me out of the carnival.
The carnival got attacked by the stuff from the Scorched Grove.
They got attacked by Ember Bats.
Yeah, the stuff from the Scorched Grove specifically, and so they've kind of been with us since and been awesome, but you wouldn't happen to know about how to get them home, would you?
Do you know that? Because that would be amazing.
There are ways through to other places. Our great tree here itself has highly guarded, highly restricted connections to, well, let us just say that this vast tree of ours is actually nothing but a small offshoot of the great tree.
Oh, there's more tree? There's more. This is like a branch
it's
of the
tree all the way up?
This is merely the end of one of the reaching branches or roots of a vast entity known as Yggdrasil. It is how humble folk and bird folk have travelled beyond our little corner of the Beastlands here.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
When you say highly restricted and highly guarded, how does one get past the restrictions and the guards, preferably without having to pay money?
If a great debt of thanks were owed, or a reason great enough to move one of the oldest groups of powerful individuals in this city, then perhaps you could have access, but it is not within normal reach. There are, of course, other ways. In your journeys, did you ever visit a large brass city on the edge of endless plains of fire?
Large brass city. Are you talking about the city of brass? I've heard of it, but they didn't let me out.
It is not the most imaginative name, yes.
But descriptive is sometimes good.
Does what it says on the can, yes.
Yes. Yeah, we make pit stops there sometimes. That's a really big, marketplace-like place, yeah.
If you're willing to risk it, we are assuming that the troubles of the Scorched Grove stem from a direct link to that elemental plane.
Uh-oh. Well,
it is only that place that has the ability to churn out such fiery dangers.
I can't say it didn't occur to me. But I thought that, you know, this place was so far removed that maybe it was just like a random offshoot. But I guess if it's like a continuous thing, then maybe that's something we should look into. Guys, have you ever been to another plane?
We
went to the circus.
No. The circus is like, it's kind of like a pocket plane that like kind of poofs and goes to other planes and like docks there. We're kind of just like floating off into space. I'm talking about like an actual different plane with like different rules and times of day when it's not so hot that it singes your fur off.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't make it far enough in school to get to the point that I was learning about that, but I know that that was like the 401 classes, and that would have been real cool, but I wasn't willing to learn all that math.
Yeah, you know, definitely there will be some planar knowledge at the avium, absolutely.
I'm assuming he's got like, there are planes. Might know like names of 2 or 3, but otherwise, nah.
Well,
Kits,
yes, go ahead.
So Birson says, connections to all things, and he reaches out and puts a paw on Rook's shoulder, such as our connection to the Humblewood, and this natural environment here should not be forgotten. Do not forget your connection. And he closes his eyes, and that glow from his staff rises up off it and joins with your glow, and now you are fate touched.
What did you do? Cool! Thank you! I'm gonna be like, what did you just do?
Just gave you a gift from a forgotten home.
Astuto's like right next to you now. Yeah, what did you do? Oh, you look cool now. How did you do that?
Do I look cool?
Yeah.
Something.
I mean, you look cool before, but now you look like arcanically cute cool.
Something a gnome with an albino lizard taught me.
Does that ring a bell?
I'm gonna say yeah. Actually, yes, because the only the place they were, this character was in, they are a recurring NPC in the Wakiverse. The place that they were introduced is in the Witchlight Carnival, and they are in the carnival.
Oh, awesome!
So I know? You have heard. You don't know them, but you have seen a young female gnome with an albino, like large albino lizard on her shoulder, at several times in the carnival.
Do I know her name?
Give me a history check.
Ugh. We don't run in the same circles, I see.
Oh, if it's who I'm thinking of.
14!
Okay, that's enough. It's slightly changed from the name in the text, but in the Wakiverse, she is known as Eliwick Tan.
You definitely know her.
Are you with a albino are you talking about Eliwick?
Yes. That
you
is
know her? Oh, that's so cool! Sorry.
Famous friend.
Well, I don't famous. I mean, yeah, but wow, that's
she too is a planeswalker.
I haven't met anybody who knows somebody that I know here yet. That's so.
She undertook the great journey, as so many call it, from a distant land known as Magic the Gathering to these
Wait, why is there suddenly a fourth wall here? What's going on?
dragon-infested dungeons that we find ourselves dealing with all the time.
Why are there people behind that wall? Why are they dressed funny?
Oh, what's going on?
By the way,
Where's their fur?
do yourself a favor and look up the Magic the Gathering and the D&D art for Eliwick.
The greatest bard in the multiverse.
Eliwick Thimblestrum, I think is the original name. I forget the actual name. Thumblestrum plus. The art is beautiful.
Oh, she's cute.
And the reptile is a little frog, and yeah, she has the deck of many things.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's so pretty. Wow.
And she is the granddaughter of the aforementioned first ever online character I had, who is the quest giver for all of the one-shot roulettes, a certain Arafor Tan.
Wow, this is
So
full circle. Whoa.
Jessica,
We're getting Phoenix Walkie lore here.
Lore dump.
yes,
Yeah.
she may seem a little glum at times. If she forgive her if she's going through some loss issues.
So does this mean Kit's gonna get a
I was
card?
like, wait, I met her in a casino. Is that a
That has happened.
Okay.
Jessica and her evil friends also travelled back through time thanks to Vecna and killed her grandfather.
Oh yeah, we did do that.
But
Oh boy.
But that created the offshoot. That created the undone Wackyverse and the.
We didn't know
this
that
timeline.
she was
This timeline,
cool.
he's okay.
We just did a thing that our boss asked us to do.
Your
Yes.
boss?
Yeah, she. Lauren, you were
You were
speaking
hired
of.
by Vecna.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought you were talking about.
Yeah,
Your
Lauren, you were
boss
saying about
Vecna.
Icewind Dale before. We played through the lost Nethery city that's under the glacier, and the reason for that was that Vecna had sent them to activate the Nethery's obelisk that's there. Obelisks that pop up all around the D&D
Everything
adventures.
is interconnected.
And we
Indeed.
made so many friends.
And
To know more, go watch the episodes.
indeed.
All of them. Every episode of everything.
Get that
Sounds
lore.
fun.
Just get it.
That one's
We're
that-
better than the MCU.
Relatively speaking, that was a shorter campaign. not too short, but yes, yeah, definitely, it was a good time. Do check it out. This is where I dropped the link for the VODs, isn't it?
Yes, do it.
Promo.
Go check out.
Promo.
There you go. The Hunger of Ithrin is the campaign that we're referring
Oh, okay.
Lol.
to. So, yes, it does seem that Sobirson is somewhat of a plains aficionado themselves. Merc, but yeah, Merc, is there anything else? Unless there's anything else, he
I was
does
just-
recommend that you get to the Bird Council as quickly as possible.
Yep.
You mean the Humblewood Council?
Excuse
gonna
me.
say.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Don't get it twisted.
Don't get it twisted. That's
I would like to hang back for a second
Mhm.
and say, okay, so I've been told a bunch of times that I'm supposed to talk to you about the stuff that I do because my teacher thinks that you would be able to help more than he could, which I don't understand because I'm not even sure what I'm doing, but like,
Mago?
I mean, that's me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, you must be, guys, what's your teacher's name again?
Oh,
All the names.
let's say, what's
So
my
many
name? Astuto.
names.
Yeah.
I've got that written on screen. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. It just happened last week. How do
Grayiska.
Grayiska, yeah.
You're Professor Grayiska's protege.
I wouldn't say protege.
Oh,
I mean,
does he
that's
not use that term in front of yourself? He uses that term elsewhere.
okay.
That's
hopefully-
adorable.
Okay, I'm conflicted on how to feel about that, but we're just gonna move on because I gotta follow my friends to go talk to the Humble Folk Council. So yeah, he said you could help with this thing that I've been doing. I thought that Maruk could help, and he did a lot, but Maruk doesn't really use a sword the way that I do, and yeah, I've been trying, and he'll pull out his book and
Grace.
pull out his sword.
Grayiska side-eyes Maruk. He still has much to learn.
I think he does like really cool things that I can't do in a different way.
Of course.
You know, because I was trying to do more nature-y stuff, and then I kind of ended up doing this. And I'm just gonna start my blade song in front of him, and the sword will start to vibrate, and you'll hear that hum, and Astuto will just instinctively stamp and stand up a little taller and go,
He skips back much more agilely. Like, it's clear that the stuff is just for druidic things, not the leaning on it for support is just a show, clearly, as he very nimbly gets out of the way as your blade song kicks in, and he says, Professor Grey-Esker told me that you have the potential to make a connection between our schools of arcane thought.
I don't know about connection between the schools. I was just trying to make a connection with the forest, and eventually
it's the same thing. There is the arcane learning of the avium and our arcane connection to the forest.
But the problem is that at the avium they just kept teaching me math, and the world isn't math. I can't understand the tree through math.
I just have, like, the...
Sorry, my brain's like the Fibonacci sequence.
Yeah, that's the word I was trying to remember.
Hold on a
Thank
second,
you.
I've got this record from Tool I'd like to play for you for a second.
I'm like, the world kind of is math.
I know, that's what my dealer brain was like, yes, it is.
Oh yeah. The musician part of Lauren is like, it's all math, but Astuto is so he's just.
So Burson is like, oh no, there are more connections than you know. Perhaps it is something that can be felt and sensed, but it is something that can be studied also. And you think back to, you know, that time at that where that chicken tender was, and the steaming pool, and those times you've connected to wildlife and nature through your arcane. And you realize that there's definitely more to what your teachers were implying, and just it's actually give me an insight check.
Sure.
Let's see how much you twig here.
That's a natural 1 for a 2. I'm holding on to this song.
Like, this bastard's trying to get you to go back to school.
Well, he said it can be studied, and I'm like, I'm just feeling it, and if there's math, what do you mean studied? I don't want to. Listen, I left the Avon because I wanted to get out into nature. I don't want to then be stuck in like a nature box doing nature studies.
Of course, there is no substitute for the real thing.
Right? Okay.
Be aware of your surroundings. It can tell you a great deal. And there is great power in this forest. And he just puts a hand on the wall, you know, the wooden wall of the Elder Heart, you know, directly connected to the Elder Heart. As I said to your friend, the Elder Heart reaches far beyond what most people are aware of. That's a secret, by the way. Don't go running your mouths about that all the time. Bad.
I mean, you probably should have led with that.
I thought we had walked away from this point. Sorry, I was like,
it's okay.
I thought we were like Scooby doing it around a corner, just like...
That's kind of my thought. Is we were just like, so we noticed the pseudo wasn't following us, just kind of peeked in there. And we're all just like,
or like had gone
3 heads,
15 feet away and just kind of stopped and are awkwardly standing there, listening, not listening. Okay. All right. Yeah. Talk to the tree.
And he nods and bids you farewell, and you rejoin your friends outside. And you pass out into the throngs of people coming by, and are heading towards the canopy.
Yep. Talk to the Not Bird Council.
The Humblewood Council.
Yes. I was trying to find out where the name was mentioned, how it had changed. Sorry, I'm so bad at... I need to make notes and just like have separate like reams of little post-its and things so I can find things easier than scrolling through entire modules. It's like, where was it? I know I read it.
That's why I make all of my databases searchable, so I can just type in like a name or two.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. Okay, so yeah, you head back to the canopy level, going up through the crowds of people, moving up and down, and let's do that there. There we go. And as you clamber up there, you come out into that vast open, plaza. Again, you see that statue of the first birdfolk speaker of the council, and you immediately, as you go make your way towards the council chambers, you see round the exterior where there had been all of those banners of the various birdfolk perches. They are now mixed with Humblefolk Town banners as well.
How long were we gone?
Like a week.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. They turned this place around real quick.
Look at the effect you have on people.
And you make your way. The perch folk at the base of the stair leading up to the main council chambers recognize you and immediately wave you through. And you're heading back
All
up
right.
there?
Let's do this. All right.
I know.
Just walk in with a little strut.
Showing off my new hat. Just.
I like to think that I still
Cool
have like
hat.
sparks, not sparks, but like, you know, like glitter low key, just like drifting off my fur still.
Absolutely.
It's not permanent, but it's very cool right now.
Okay, so you quickly made your way up there, and you are admitted to the main council chamber again, as you've been before, and you immediately notice just the different makeup of the people in here. There are a large group of people all kind of clamoring over each other, some very kind of desperate pleas being voiced here, some let's have a look here, some actually urging you here, some are actually urging for an immediate removal of tenders from the grove before more lives are lost. Which is like, he's like, oh, okay, tick that one off. And some are calling for mobilization of the Perch Guard against the monsters that have been seen on the edges of the Scorched Grove. Everyone has a different opinion, and everyone's fighting to be heard. You can see a vast group of birdfolk, humblefolk, tenders, some folks from beyond the wood itself as well. You see a couple more Illurans, like our kitty cat friend Eliza. And there is, in the interior here as well, you can see there are extra podiums added now with some humble folk. There is a, one of each. There's a hedge, a vulpin, a pack, all the way around, a servant around there. And I know there's 5. What's the 5th? A pack?
Kirby?
Thank you. Yes. On a very high chair.
Nice.
And you do see these other people added to the council here. As you enter into this kind of maelstrom of noise and argument and discussion here, a familiar bright Gallus seated in the middle of a long table at the front of the hall raises a feathered hand. It is Beta, the main speaker. That kind of white dove Luma that you saw before. Gallus that you saw before. And people all around gradually notice, and everyone starts to fall silent until it's quite overwhelming compared to just before, this clamour of sound. And she rises and sees to you all and spreads her wings wide. You have returned. Please. I believe we have you to thank for the delivering of our new ally. And she gestures to the side, and you see in much nicer, not like muck-stained robes, and with a fresh eye patch over the side, the servant Benner is there, and to the other side is the perch guard captain that you saw before, Jagger Fairsnow, that had travelled back with Benner. A great deal has passed since you were last in these hallowed halls, but I'm sure it has also happened to you. Pray, tell us, what is it that we spy beyond the canopy and the edges of our vast forest?
A mountain of fire that walks.
Oh, I thought we were gonna ease into it. Okay.
And there's an eruption of sound again from everyone. This is how we gotta get it done. We must evacuate the people that winnowing reaches.
I would like to blow loudly on my signal whistle to make
Nice.
everything quiet down.
Okay, absolutely.
Whee!
And it does quieten down again. And I think Bitter has a gavel as well. Like, I don't know, but do Birdfolk just peck a gavel? Like, peck. Tick, 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 tick. Shake their head a little bit. It's like,
Only if they're woodpeckers.
Yeah, it's a woodpecker.
there it is. Yes, indeed. It's like, tick, 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 tick. Attention! Tick, 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 tick. There's a woodpecker birdfolk just expressly for that purpose.
That's the way I love that.
Bitter gestures to them. It's like, tick, 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 tick.
Is there also
It's
a
like the
secretary
person in
bird
court.
taking notes?
Absolutely.
I was gonna say it's like a bird. It's like the person in court who like writes down everything.
Mhm.
And that's their
Stenographer?
sole
The
purpose.
stenographer,
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like their sole purpose. That was my dream job when I was like 12. Anyway.
And Bitter continues. Then we must discuss things with the tenders and see that, and she turns to Benner, our new organization is leaping into action as quickly as possible.
I have briefed the tenders on the situation, and we've also been sent here to brief you on the situation. As of now, all tenders are to not enter into the grove. They are to stay outside, visual view only, no patrolling in, and every, I think it's 6 hours or so, half day, to report in. We recommend any other forces that decide to link up with the tenders follow similar, if not identical, orders.
That would seem to be the wisest course of action. Yes. Now, describe this creature that you witnessed. And you give a description of the fire creature. And
It was hot.
she
But like 20 times bigger.
She turns to a very ancient hedge that's on the council here. You know, I'm gonna say, because you made inroads into connecting the canopy with root braid as well. I'm actually gonna say it's Astera, you know, the hedge that was the leader, the community leader of
Makes
root
sense.
braid
Get it, girl.
has been
Yeah.
included up here, so that
As she should be.
the root level can be properly represented as well. And she turns to the hedge there, and who nods. Good to see you again. And Bitter says, I believe it is as you feared, Estera. And the hedge kind of nods. I originally came from a town, the first to be lost to the expansion of the Scorched Grove. And there were tales in our town that remind me of just what you speak of. Tales of an elemental creature, great size and power. It was named the Aspect of Fire. I hope that it is merely a coincidence, because the tales of that creature are fearsome and speak only of fire and destruction.
This thing seemed to be only about fire and destruction.
Yeah.
Oh, and it could also throw fire. Like, big. Yeah, it was bad. We barely escaped with our lives.
Do the tales say if it's sentient, if it can talk and be reasoned with?
And
They
does
only-
its fire lead to any sort of rejuvenation, or is that just a falsity hood that has been spreading?
A tender spokesman here in that's been sent here to the council chambers speaks up. It's like, fire always leads to regrowth and regeneration. That is nature's way.
But this isn't nature. This is something else.
Well, I mean, it could be argued that an aspect of fire is nature at its very core.
It is
But-
a condensed, amplified version, yes. The elements are meant to have balance. This clearly does not.
It's like super nature.
Indeed.
Super nature.
And the Gerbine, speaks up from behind their podium, just like actually they leap up onto the podium and they raise a little paw in the air. It's like, you know what they say? First rule: know thine enemy. These folks, did you not say, Speaker Peter? They have connections to the avium. They should head there. They should speak with the dean. They will be able to learn what we should do. And
Okay, the puppet bird,
yes. Astuto, as far as
It doesn't say that loudly, just like
Yeah.
whispers that.
Astuto, as far as you know, nobody here knew you were at the avium. Well, had connections to the avium.
Yeah. Is it that there's someone else here in the room that they're talking about, or is it very clear they're talking about me?
Well, they referred to you as a group having connections.
Yeah, they
to
talk
the
to
avium.
us. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I did say we do, and that I did say that.
Mhm.
No, it's nice.
Wait, but doesn't Baruch's teacher know that you have connections to the avium? So
Yes.
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
but yeah, so yeah, potentially could have come from there. Bita, the head speaker, Bita says, well, yes, as the Honorable Francesco says, a certain research mission might be best called for. We shall mobilize the Perch Guard and our newly formed, and she nods to Benner, Wildwood Brigade to distribute aid and help the refugees, as we are now able to do, thanks to you. This, I believe, was your share of recovered things. It was given to me to pass on to you by the thankful merchants of the caravan you rescued. And she sends a clerk forward, and like a Vulpin clerk steps forward and hands a pouch over to you, Maruk.
Give it to me.
That's me.
Nope, to Maruk.
Maruk kind
Yep.
of hefts it, and just as you'll count it later. There
knows
is
the value of gold here. Come on.
true. There it is 400 gold.
Ooh.
That can buy at least a healing potion.
Sure can.
Like, yeah.
Maruk's gonna just not even shake the bag, just take the bag and be like, "This is greatly appreciated. This will go a long way."
Well, the appreciation is ours. The services the defenders of the wood have provided, both to the Alderheart and the Humblewood as a whole.
Yes, and before we go, may we, we would like to meet each member of the council before we leave, if that is fine with you.
I don't see why not.
Ah, okay, good. And then I'm just gonna take my bag and turn around and kind of go over to Astuto and rummage around in Astuto's bag behind them, be like, hey, can you do that magical thing with your eyeballs so when we look at them, see if they're infected?
Oh, yeah.
Cast detect magic.
Do I think I have enough time to ritually cast that, or am I gonna need to pop it right away?
No, you could. This conversation's going on for a while.
To be honest, the studio was also kind of looking around, looking to see if there were any of the cult members here, because that was going to depend on whether we were even going to mention the cult members. So
they are not present.
Okay. Just.
But there are priests of the other gods here.
They need a voice on the council.
No, they don't.
That's why they formed a cult, is because there's no way.
Because they've been denied.
Fizzlesting's like, as a former Spark.
A riot is the voice of the unheard. So come on, a cult is just a voice of.
Talked about unchecked. Okay.
Nope. A cult is just a group of people who all have matching robes. That's all.
Bitter,
I will.
And a vision.
That happens in the
shared
background,
vision.
Bitter
I'll
continues.
make sure to have detect magic up by the time we're going to talk to everybody.
No worries, yeah. Bitter continues. Whilst that was in thanks, this is an investment in your future endeavors. And she gestures to the Secretary Bird, and the Secretary Bird coming over and gives you a writ, an official writ from the council. And she's like, this will allow you to obtain equipment, items to the value of 500 gold pieces. It may be spent in one place or at various merchants around.
God, it's a gift card.
It is. It really is.
We did not wish to
a gift card.
assume your needs.
Well, thanks.
Oh, wait, okay. This is a piece of paper.
Mm-hmm.
Why is this
We'll go over it. No, it's okay. Okay, we will go over this again. We get it. You like tickets, just hold on to the ticket, okay? You hold on to the ticket, all right?
I'll hold
You're
on
good
to
with
It's
tickets.
not a
Okay,
ticket,
don't tear
but
it,
it's not-
all right?
I'm not gonna
just
tear the
hold it.
ticket.
Hey, you're Carney, okay? I just gotta put that out there.
Our
all right?
tickets
Just
don't tear.
it. Okay, whoa. Okay, just thank you very much. We appreciate the investment. Thank you.
You're welcome. Now,
They're a wholesaler.
Is there a fantasy Costco nearby?
Foxconn?
Not fantasy Costco. Oh, Taz flashbacks.
Is there an Amazon? I mean,
Where do your merchants get their supplies?
Cut out the middle humble folk. So
Oh my God.
the speaker also looks and this one I assume is young Arya. And she,
The Jerbean.
yeah, she has just whilst you were talking there, she received a parchment from another clerk of the council here, and she's like, I believe that for duties rendered to the tenders, you are to be gifted the rank of Summer Blossom.
This was burst into massive applause, having no idea what that means.
Arya's eyes go wide. Thank you. Yes, and in this new rank of Summer Blossom, you shall head up the efforts to fight the forest fires that the aspect of fire has started. And she like squares up and squares her shoulders. I will do my best. And we shall
Do amazing.
stop the Scorched Grove expanding any further. Yes. Yes. And
Not like sending her to die, right? Because it's not a promotion that's like actually a bad thing.
No, it sounds like she's gonna be a firefighter,
Okay.
indeed.
or she's gonna oversee the firefighters.
This is a great honor. This is a very great honor.
Okay, good. Because I wanted her to get a promotion, but a promotion where you go to the front lines where there's lots of fire sounds like a promotion that is scary.
Yep, nope. All promotions are scary. This is good. It's an honor.
Arya just like puts a paw on your shoulder.
I've
And
never
like,
gotten one.
I want nothing more than this.
Well, then
You
we
are
gave
the
it to the right.
girl.
And she like locks eyes with you. And she's like, Hath will watch me. And you. I think the session official session finishes, and people are like going into small groups and talking about different things, and you are introduced to the various members of the council. Astuto, you do not detect any sparks here.
You visibly see Astuto sigh with relief every single time as we approach, and I don't get anything. It's just every single time.
I'm observing you, by the way, each
Yeah.
time, so I can learn how to do it.
Then,
and it stays up for 10 minutes. So I think also while we're talking to each individual person, if there's like hustle and bustle going on, I think I'm also just keeping an eye out for like random council member, random, secretary bird, or, is the woodpecker infected?
Okay. Nobody here has visited the Ash Grove as the Scorched Grove, so you're okay.
Okay.
I think Astuto, knowing the potential, worry targets would be the tenders. So you're going to check out the tenders first, because they would have had the potential to have visited the Scorched Grove at some point.
Yeah.
Benna comes over to you. I owe you my thanks. It was due to you that we were able to gain audience at last and convince the Bird Council that the needs of the forest go beneath the canopy. And this new Wildwood Brigade is going to do great things.
Sick eye patch.
And it has a logo on the front, just of a depiction of the Older Heart, and then ringing around it are the paw prints of each type of humble folk, and then the claw prints of each type of bird folk as well, like intermixed, intermingled with each other in a circle around the Older Heart in the middle.
Nice.
And she nods. Well, life is going to be very different. I will be organizing the Wildwood Brigade and all of our efforts and sorting those here. And as I shan't be out in the forest in any kind of danger, and in thanks for all that you've done. And she reaches down and she starts to unbuckle her sword belt. And she takes it in both hoofs, resting across both hoofs, I guess, and proffers it to you. May you be protected on the front lines.
What kind of sword is it?
Who's
It
it
is-
being part to give help
Yeah.
out to?
I get the sense it's being
Not me,
offered
I'm
to
a
the
bard.
group.
She didn't see you. She didn't see you fight, so she doesn't know really who's who. So she just
Gotcha.
offers it to the group, and this is a blade of the wood.
So yeah, then in that case, that Maruk is just gonna ceremoniously just kind of Thank you. Your gift is appreciated and will be well used.
Indeed. And I'm just going to find. Yes. So it is. It is a short sword, I believe.
It's what's it called?
Blade of the Wood. But that doesn't come up. You have to say it has to be scimitar of the wood, rapier of the wood, short sword of the wood. Yeah, there's different types there. I believe it's a short sword.
Which one is it? Because it's got the various ones. So which one are you doing? Short sword, scimitar, rapier, long sword, great sword, double-bladed scimitar.
Or is this the kind of thing in where whoever takes it will just happen to get the kind that they need?
Yeah.
Well,
we can do that too, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at Benna's stat block.
I thought it was a short sword because
Yeah,
I remember
that sounds.
I remember being surprised that she had a short sword because she's so tall.
yeah.
I mean, that's what a Studo has.
Oh no, she has a scimitar of the wood.
Oh, excuse. Anybody have proficiency in scimitars?
I was about to say that's a Maruk. That's 100%. Yeah.
Maruk does.
Getting decked out, dog.
Yeah.
Is that gonna work? Because I mean, my thought was a Stuto with the blades, using it with the blade song. Because I mean, Maruk's in wild shape so often.
Yeah, no, it's I've you know, I can do scimitar, but like this is gonna be one of those. I'll use it unless a Stuto wants it, but I'm gonna hold on to it for now until like everybody's gone. Then it's gonna be. So can you use this more than I can?
If it's a scimitar, I cannot. If it is a short sword, I can.
we can switch it over. It's okay.
Or a rapier.
Can I do a rapier? No. All I get is oh wait.
Rapier should be.
Oh,
Is
is this the birth of a new home rule on the Phoenix UK channel?
Weapons?
It's just
when you
like
attune
light.
to a magical weapon, it becomes a weapon that you have proficiency in.
The weapon that you
I like that
Ooh,
rule.
that's a good rule.
It's a fancy rule.
That's a good one. That makes a lot of sense. I like that rule.
Yeah.
Other
Yeah.
things change shape.
I
and
second
size.
this rule. I second it.
There's no, because you know what the worst thing is? To be like, here's a holy avenger, and there's no paladin in the group.
Right?
Yeah.
And everyone's like, but
Exactly.
yeah.
I'll use it.
So yeah, Astuto, this finely crafted sword with delicate etchings resonates with a faint hum of life, which you feel connecting to that sort of connection that you have to the natural energies of the forest. It is a +1 sword, so +1 to attack and damage. It also has 2 charges. You can expend a charge and speak a command word to cast Spike Growth, centered on yourself. And you can pass through that unaffected.
That's cool. Yeah, and so as a blade singer, I get proficiency with light armor, and then one type of one-handed melee weapon of my choice, which I took short sword. So that's why I don't get very much.
I think, let's say, as you take it like without you have to attune to it, but even without that, it kind of shifts into a more balanced blade for you. And Benna looks taken aback. It seems to take to you.
It's really cool. Thank you. This is gonna help a lot. I can't wait to make it sing.
Yeah, Studo here. Studo's really good with magic. They're like the chosen one or something like that.
No,
So.
that's no. Listen,
Yep.
No, that's not
Their
how it
teacher
works.
called them a
Oh, yeah.
prodigy.
No,
Yeah.
that's not at
I think
all
it was
anything.
protege, but
It's
yeah,
all-
it was like the same thing.
Total lies,
thought-
all of it. Listen,
I just
I'm
thought that
Yeah,
was
so Beerson
Magic
had good
people,
things to
voodoo
say.
people.
You know, that you would be like the one to do that too. So, you know, you're the one. I get it.
no, I'm just a wanger.
Yep. It's okay.
But
a
you
wanger
know,
of the wood.
the wanger of the wood. My friends being playful aside, I thank you. This is really cool. And Astuto's gonna try to not then spend the rest of the day waving it around and playing with it.
So there are reported instances of spike growth in the trunk market. It's like, what happened? So
yeah, I just want to thank him and be like, all right, thank you for the meeting. Thank you for all of this. We're glad we could help.
If there's anything the Wildwood Brigade can do for you, find me here.
We will take you up on that, since this is not going to be a quick journey. Or
we have new offices that have been created next to those of the Perch Guard in the plaza.
Wow. I like it.
That'll work just fine. If you do not mind, we are a little crunched for time. Thank you for your time. Thank you for these gifts. Thank you for this investment. Good day to you, and
Bitter,
Safe.
Fine. At the end, Bitter comes over and she's like, again, outside of the flowery speeches and official statements and the like, we cannot thank you enough for what you have done, both in saving the older heart, habitations of the forest, and for bringing the Humblewood closer together.
Well, it's our home too.
Of course. Are we all...
And it's Kit's very brief home until we can get Kit back home.
It's temporary.
home away
But
from
it's
home.
nice.
Home
It's
away from
nice.
home.
Yes.
Perhaps there will be something at the avium about that too.
Yeah, it's on the back burner. But yeah, I hope so.
Well, if all is well, then it is best that you journey to the avium as quickly as possible. I believe, Astuto, you have connections there, yes?
Yes, Astuto, you have connections there, right?
I didn't realize that everybody knew this.
Yeah, don't take this the wrong way, but how do you know that?
Because some of us were hoping you'd finish your very expensive education.
Oh no!
And you
Oh,
turn,
no.
and an elderly, grey-furred, regal-looking Vulpin, Brinley Mago, your grandfather, steps to the circle.
Astuto almost drops the sword.
I take 3 steps back. I'm like, oh, this looks like something I should not get into.
It's the silver fox.
Listen, Thistle soon, if you want to hit on my grandfather, you go ahead, but I'm gonna leave.
A voice, another gentler voice, it comes from behind your grandfather, Astuto, as your grandmother, Marion, steps around. That's for you, Jess. And you see a much gentler looking Vulpin with a flower crown and just lovely priestess robes connected to the temples here clearly. And she's like, Astuto, we're so glad you're safe. But your grandfather's like, Marianne, please. What
We didn't go
do you
to his
think?
family first, because now the Sisters family's here. We can just have a big party.
Do you mind, Rat? I'm talking.
Whoa.
Astuto,
Hey! So up until this moment, Astuto had like all of the posture of like the blade singing had just fallen and he shrunk, and there's even a moment where it looks like he's trying to walk behind Barut, and then that happens. And then he's actually going to pull the blade out and slam it on the ground and say, you are not going to address one of the people who saved this whole wood like that. This is Thistle Snoot Thunderpaws, and she deserves your respect.
Thunderpaws. I don't believe I know that name.
Well, now you do.
It's Whisker Paws, but that's okay. I'll change it.
Astuto knew that and said the right name. Lauren made a mistake. I'm so sorry.
Likewise. Sorry. The name was so long, I only got the first name on the overlay. Sorry.
And, when she got called a rat, you actually see Thistle Snoot's confidence like completely drop, and she even like kind of hides behind a student with that too. Like,
I think
automatic. This is a thing that she's been called before by people.
Gonna murder your grandpa. Sorry.
I'm gonna murder. No, it's okay. I'm gonna murder my grandfather.
It's on fucking sight.
We heard the Tenders rank here before. I think Thunderpaws is a Guild of Inventors rank.
It is now. It is now.
He just kind of like curls a lip at you. I regret to inform you that I'm very likely to forget it almost instantly. Now,
that's just like you, wouldn't it be?
I focus on the important things, Astuto, like following through with your birthright.
Yes, because, and at this he falters a little bit because now he's not protecting his friends; he's protecting himself, and that's a little harder to do. And you see him like. Yeah, because you're always more worried about what I was doing than what you were doing.
I'm gonna really quietly and silently just put like my paw in the back of your, like in the small of your back, and just give you bardic inspiration. Just
thank you.
Very, very quietly.
Oh, and I'm still standing like directly behind you, just to like, well, I'm the very large, intimidating shadow right now.
Yep. After that, I'm going to slide up next to Thistle Snoot and just kind of comfort her. That's it.
Brinley, your grandfather Brinley, just like smooths his silver fur. He's like, well, silver linings. It's good to see that you don't run away from everything.
I just don't follow through on things that are unimportant.
Unimportant? Maternal grandfather?
I've got notes. Hold on.
Sorry, I didn't get it.
Thistle Snoot is basically ducking to the shadows and trying to become invisible.
No.
Paternal.
Wrapped around you.
Can you scrounge craft something that does pass without a trace?
I have
you
looked
bring me
so
with
many
you?
times. Like, do I learn pass without trace? And I don't. I get my little scuffed version of it, Veil of Dust.
Paternal.
Okay.
But I don't want to spend a spell slot yet unless I have to. But I'm trying to hide.
Your grandfather says things that are important. The manifestation of arcane ability is a legacy that this family thought lost when your father neglected to develop the abilities that were his to continue. Luckily, you were gifted with that greatest inheritance that our family has to offer. That you would squander that, shirking away from your studies.
Well, if you were here for the last hour, then you'd know that I haven't been squandering it. And if you cared more about Dad and me than your precious lineage, then maybe I would have been more inclined to stay.
Do not hide behind the fortune of being in the right place at the right time. Because it's the first time I've said that aggressively. Sorry, Arafortan always uses that for adventurers. Sorry. Just the fortune that you had to be there when things happened. We do not wait around for things to happen to us. We make them happen. Mago, do not forget your name.
You've done a lot of work to make sure that I couldn't.
Sorry, I had to check one thing, Lauren, because I'm so focused about this. Did you know that Mago means grandchild in Japanese?
No, I did not.
Oh wow!
Oh, I just thought
No.
of it as like a magus.
No, I did not.
I thought he was saying maggot, so
Mago is wizard in Spanish.
Ah, there you go.
That's why
Oh,
it's picked
fun.
because his there you go. Here you go. Behind the scenes, everybody. His blade singing.
Wizard.
Well, his blade singing is a paso doble. He does, and
Yes.
so
that's
Astuto.
awesome.
I did catch that. Yes.
Yeah, Astuto is sly in Spanish, and Mago is wizard. And I went Spanish because paso doble, but no, I had no idea about the oh, geez, dual meanings.
That's cool. That's
really cool.
rating.
It's a cool coincidence right there. Holy
Yeah.
mackerel.
Everything is coming full circle.
Oh,
I always
jeez.
love when backstories have like coincidental connections to the story and to the module as written, or to other things in the backstory. It's so great.
Wait,
I had
and
no
now you
idea.
have
It happens
a
more often than you
scimitar,
think.
So are you like the wolf from Puss in Boots 3?
I mean, I wouldn't say no to that.
Spicy.
I would not say no to that.
Blade Song just got way scarier.
So sorry, Laura, I interrupted you there.
No,
It's just-
that's okay. That's
I had to
okay.
get- I had to get off my chest.
That was super cool. So he had just said about the don't forget where you know
Yes,
your name.
the legacy of your inheritance, your inherited abilities.
Yeah. You've made it very clear that there's no way I could forget. But you know what? It's mine now, and I'm gonna do with it what I want. And so far, that means saving everybody with these folks and getting decorated by the Humble Folk Council for it. And now we're gonna go to the Avum as people who've been told by the Humble Folk Council to go do so and find out how to save the entire wood. So,
Well,
I, at this point, don't really care what you want me to do.
understood. If you are determined in this stubborn ignorance to go your own way, then you have your independence. You're no grandchild of mine. And he just spins, and I think Thistlesnoot just gets a face full of tail just by accident. Slap. And he starts to march off, and Marion's like, I'll talk to him. Just let him calm down. Yeah, Marukia.
I was gonna interject when he decided to spin around and try walking away. If that's possible. If not, I'll do it at a later date.
You think if he's here in the council chambers at this assembly, then he's very well connected, and if anything happened in the council chambers here, it would be very bad.
Well, then in that case, I'm going to use my my sock puppet of minor illusion. All right.
Oh, Shia-Lud is back. Praise be.
Right, and as he's walking away, it says I'm allowed to, create a sound or an image, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, and it lasts 1 minute. So I'm going to make it sound like as he's walking away, that he's crop dusting everybody. Not horribly loud, but just he's being flatulent as he's walking.
You see his pace like accelerate.
And as it accelerates,
It's just not making eye contact, and you just hear the titters and comments of the social circles that are here.
I think Astuto notices, but is kind of focused on his grandmother at the moment. He hasn't calmed down his whole life. What makes you think he's gonna now?
I know. He was just so delighted when you manifested. He was so worried that The line
He
was
was so
broken.
worried about his legacy. That's all he's ever been worried about, was what his legacy would be, not his son or what his grandson wanted to do. And I'm tired of it.
Well, know that he's alone.
Well, he did that to himself.
Indeed. You see her jaw set a little. You do what you want, Astuto. You follow your own path, as your father did. Excelled beyond the notice of your grandfather, in his own way. And I know you will too. You've done amazing things, if everything I've heard is true.
All true.
Please, do not be dismayed by a stubborn old fool.
Thanks, Grandma. I appreciate that. It's good to know that not everybody in this family only sees me for a legacy.
You are a grandchild. And the next branch of this family. In a wide and spreading tree. More than what your grandfather considers to be the single path.
Astuto's gonna put his sword away, and he approaches his grandmother like he's about to hug her, and then like stops about a couple feet away and goes,
She takes takes your paws in hers.
"You're gonna be okay."
Always. There's plenty of life left in this old vixen.
I love you, Grandma. Thanks.
I love you too. I will send word to those at the avium. There shan't be any repercussions for your leaving untimely.
Thanks.
This is more important.
I think that we can all agree on.
And she just gives your paws a squeeze and nods to all of you. Thank you for everything. And follows after. Thank you, Dragonraft. Sorry, I'm just in the moment there. So about halfway through ish. Had to guess. What session are we on, guys?
I stopped counting.
I mean, we're hitting emotional knives. So yeah, we're about halfway in. Yeah, Astuto is just like standing there, ram straight, not moving, watching his grandma leave.
Yeah. This is number 10, so yeah, just about halfway. Although we're making good time. Although now that we, as I said, we have these emotional beats poking up, then we can delve into some side things too.
Yep. Maruk's gonna like lean down and just kind of like, you know, put a gentle hand on Astuto's kind of like shoulders left back, just lean down a little bit, be like, "You want me to fuck up your dad? I mean your granddad, whoever he is. I won't kill him. I'll just make him wish he was dead."
I mean, I can kill him.
No,
No killing.
It'll make Grandma sad.
Oh, all right.
But I appreciate the thoughts.
I figured you would. Nothing worse than embarrassing a old fart walking away.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shake Thistle Snoot just a little bit because I have not removed my arms from around her, and I'm just like, "Are you okay? That was like really mean."
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. I was glad that Astuto's doing okay, though. Your grandma's really nice.
I'm so sorry that he lashed out at you like that. That was like, I'm not surprised. I should be surprised, but I'm not. And he's never going to apologize for it, so I will on his behalf. I'm so sorry. That was not worthy of you.
You know, I thought it was my nickname when I was a little kid, but then, well, I thought it was just like a cute name because folks couldn't say Thistle Snoot. But then it turned out they could say Thistle Snoot. Then I learned they just weren't being very nice, and it just took me back there for a second.
Yeah, he's very good at that.
He was way meaner to you, and he's your family, so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I guess
if you
I
want
didn't really.
Baruch or Kit to kill him, I would support that. But
we're not
We
killing
could do it
anybody.
together. We could do it together. I'm just saying.
I think at this point, succeeding despite him and making him watch would be a way better punishment.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't
Make him eat
understand
his
that at all, but I
embarrassment.
support you. Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Ooh,
It's
I
kind
got an
of
idea.
weird.
We
I
got
just
a-
thought.
We got a big bag of money. Let's go get some food.
Food and drink would be lovely. I need like 5 more cups of coffee after this.
Yeah, you can cast your cappuccino spell. Let's do this. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. I don't want to be here anymore.
And you descend out, through the doors, down the stairs, back to the main plaza there. And as you're passing by the Canopy Market, another familiar voice calls out, "Hello!" And you see Eliza, who has set up.
We found it.
Your shop's here.
Your
Is that-
shop is here. We've been
Oh.
walking all over the place looking for it.
I just closed up, but yeah, I was just heading home after. But I've got everything set up. I'm doing my grand opening tomorrow.
Oh, that's exciting.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely be here for that, right? Right, Garando. Yeah, we'll be here.
Yeah. Yep.
We can swing by before we gotta go to the Avon.
On our way out, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And she's like, "You must tell me everything that's happened." And she just guides you to like a tavern in the Canopy level, and we shall say goodbye there for today. But there is the promising, and we shall have, we can figure out what equipment and things you would like to buy. We have a nice list of magical items that Eliza has. Dragoncraft, Curse of Strahd. Thank you, B, and thank you for subbing on YouTube. Please be generous at the start of Curse of Strahd, because that was the first ever streaming we did, and it's very, very, very rough around the edges at the start.
But it's
We
beginning.
all
Go watch it.
Yeah, we all had to learn somewhere, and if
The origin story.
if you're ever like, well, no, you should be more professional when you first start. Go watch the first episode of Critical Role.
Good example. Good example.
But yes, enjoy. It was a good one, Dragoncraft. And the sequel as well, Barovia and Beyond. Spoilers: Barovia is back here in the material plane. But how did that happen? You're gonna go find out on the YouTube channel. Okay, all right. Thank you, everybody. So yeah, we can figure out what equipment and items you would like. Eliza has a nice clutch of magical items, and you have some coin now to spend.
And a voucher.
And a voucher, yeah, exactly.
Which is has more money than the coin.
Yeah, exactly.
That's ironic.
I felt like
And a haggling raccoon.
I think like as written in the adventure, because you're supposed to come back here to the Elder Heart and then they send you to the Scorched Grove, like as opposed to how we did it, because I wanted to get Grief in there and all that kind of stuff there.
Yeah, of course you did.
Oh, thanks. Sorry, Plin Bob. Yeah, I forgot the Discord invite was out of date. My bad. I'll send a new one. Hang on. Please hold. So yeah, I felt a bit bad that there's like this glut of like rewards like heaped onto you, because like the 400 from the bandit camp should have been before you went to the Scorched Grove, and then the 500 was for dealing with that. So it just all kind of
I feel
got
very
lumped
appreciated
together.
right now. So this is the opposite of a problem.
Even
for me.
showered with appreciation. I mean,
Oh yeah.
Exactly. we couldn't have spent it in the Scorched Grove anyway. What were we gonna do? Buy off the aspect of fire? So this
True.
Please don't follow. Please don't follow. Please don't follow.
Here we go.
Here's a voucher. Please don't follow me.
Here, everyone. Here's the Discord link. That's a new one there. That should work. Oh, Dragoncraft is running a Dragon Age campaign. Nice. I just started Dragon Age Origins for the first time.
Oh,
little baby.
I'm almost done with it. And
ooh, that is
lots
awesome.
of things are happening.
I'm so excited for both of you.
Same.
Yeah, it's great.
That is awesome.
It's great.
What origin are y'all doing?
Mage.
I went noble warrior. Noble human warrior. Yep.
Elf mage, yeah.
Which is very funny, actually. Just like a quick aside, because my character is like as dark skinned as I could get it, and I don't know if you've played that one, but your family is very, very white. So I was like, I don't know how this works, but I love it.
Yeah.
They fixed that for Dragon Age 2 and made
Thank
your
God.
family look like you.
I was like, I'm adopted. Anyway, sorry.
I'm just happy because I just met Morrigan.
Yes.
That's an experience.
It is a crime that Morrigan, Dragon Age, and Jack Mass Effect are not bisexual. That is all I'm gonna say.
I mean, Claudia Black. Oh.
Claudia Black. Yeah.
Is that in Origins?
Oh,
yeah,
she's
she's
the
Morrigan.
The voice of Morrigan.
Yeah. She's from Stargate.
Oh, nice.
That's my
It's
girl.
from Farscape.
Nice.
And Farscape, yes.
Wow, that's a great library of stuff.
It plays practically the same character in both. Anyway.
Good. Welcome to both. Thanks. I'm glad that works. Okay, now, as we leave things there, you go off to the tavern with Eliza to recap and talk about all sorts of things. We shall get that shopping done, and next time we shall be off to the Avium as to tell your triumphant return.
Or at least not a
secretive
freaked
one.
out, scared return.
Prodigal grandson? Is that what it is? Prodigal grandson?
All right. So yes, thank you everybody. Absolute pleasure as always. Let us say goodbye to these fine folks. Maruk, where can people find you on the material plane?
Hello, my name is Lothus Rex. You can find me, let's see, this Sunday I'll be doing Descent to Avernus over at QuestJunkiesUK over on the Twitch channel, where I play Hardston, a dwarven wizard who's not very dwarven, but funny. You can find me here every Tuesday playing Muruk, the interesting druid? Yeah, we'll go with interesting druid. And other stuff on QuestJunkiesUK. You can find me on like Cybervamp and a few other stuff that we've done over there. And I have future projects that I can let you know about in 2 weeks. So
excellent, thank you. Thistlesnoots, your good self.
Hey, I'm Jess. You can find me pretty much anywhere that there is an unseelie Jess. That's me. But I'm Angry Nerd Girl here.
Thank you.
Rebranded. The end.
Kids, over to you.
What up? My name's Jazz, also known as Cinder Scoria on the Everywhere. You can find me everywhere at Cinder Scoria. Yep.
Thank you. All the links in chat, everyone. Give every one of these fine people a follow. And speaking of fine people, Astrutal.
I'm Lauren Urban. You can find all the stuff I'm doing at lauren-urban.com. The next thing would be over on the Dungeon Scrawlers channel tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. where you can see me playing through Baldur's Gate 3 as one of my other D&D characters, Orkira, the Gold Dragonborn. We're kind of wrapping up Act 1, so come by and see how well we fare against a hag.
There's the hag. There's always one somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And we are PhoenixUK. We play lots of D&D and other CTRPGs. We'll be back on Friday with Chesenta's Tyranny as they continue to fight against the evil tyrannical regime of Sharla in Chesenta over on the Sea of Fallen Stars, and then back with Tomb of Annihilation at the other end of the weekend. And we'll be back here in the Humblewood after that. So thank you so much, everyone. A big shout out to those lovely folks that keep the lights on here. Do check out all the fun stuff going on over at Trolllord Games with their original Castles and Crusades system. The awesome work of CZRPG, lots of fantastic encounters and wonderful, interesting design, original and magical items and monsters and things over at CZRPG. and the beautiful Click-Clack Mathrox of Phoenix Dice, because it's all math. Okay, now, last but not least, Time Logo. Oh, I just missed it. The Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms is also sponsoring us and giving a nice little Electrum chest code for all of you fine people if you are busy awaiting for Dragon Age to come out. We were talking about Veilguard there earlier. You can head over there and for free check out this awesome game, this strategy game, on all platforms where you can use famous characters from Forgotten Realms lore as well as from various actual play podcasts. I saw one of Alicia's characters was being revamped this month. Lots of cool things happening over there. So go and check out all that cool stuff at Idle Champions. And thank you, Bloom Bob. It's lovely to have you. We look forward to seeing you all again soon. But till then, stick around for the raid. If you've got them, let those phoenixes fly. And until next time, as you like to say around these parts, oh, you see me say, timely Sirenscape. Thank you.